way into Cosmic today, hopefully. He's got another couple hours to kill. I mean, Prophecy Burn's also bugged right now in the latest update. For those that are unaware, Prophecy Burn is bugged. That's not true at all, Chris. I'm very aware of which decks my decks are bad against. In fact, we're changing because the Yoltool deck doesn't beat these mid-range decks, which is what I'm talking about. No, Waffle, he was going to get to Banks the Carnosaur back into play and fight one of our guys and then get a 2-2 off of that as well. So just like mostly 0% to win. This matchup's hard. Prophecy Burn's not among the bad matchups. I have 3 shrines in the reserves. I mean, sure. Whatever works. Like I said, I haven't played the deck. Maybe you're right about everything. No consistent damage source on 1 or 2 is good for us. I think I'm playing this out as Sapphire to get the Landing Pause Sight next turn guaranteed, as opposed to an Inquisition here. How is it bugged? If you prophecy a what's the word I'm looking for? If you have copy and Thunderfield, if you have Thunderfield Elder and Thunderfield Seer on the same card, it doesn't draw 2 cards when it splits like it's supposed to. $27 shards later. We kept 3 shards on the draw, right? Right? Yeah, we had 3 shards on the draw. We had dual shard, shard prism. Jake, what's the matter, bud? Alright, what you got, Yoltool? No permanent damage sources. Well, the fact that he's burned 2 Crackling Bolts now makes me feel better about this VK next turn. Still no 4th shard. Okay, well his draw's not been great, but ours has been super unaware. Do we need a snack, Jacob Jeffrey? Shard. Could we just run close to average? Could we just run close to average, please? 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 Blood shard, come on. That's... oh! This matchup's not good, but, you know, his hand's not good. His hand wasn't good this game. Maybe we can still win. Nope, just has stuff. Life Siphon. We're going to lose the Life Siphon deck. Yep, sounds about right. We're going to play Inquisition this turn in the hopes to not die next turn. It's 1 damage each opposing true. Okay, well, we're going to take the Burning Tendrils away. I'm not sure what our opponent's doing exactly. Yep. All right, so what? We need 1 brick out of him. Those cards in his hand didn't deal damage to us, right? Yeah, they must not. All right, we get a brick and we get to start hitting with vampires. All right, we get to start hitting him with vampires. Well, he'd have been super dead if he was playing my configuration, probably, but now we have a chance. I guess we're dead to a crackling bolt off the top next turn. Deals 1 damage to each opposing troops. Damaged troops can't block this turn. That just doesn't seem. That doesn't seem very good. I think I could play I could play Relentless Corruption out. This draws me 2 cards. Yeah, I'm gonna do that actually. Maybe I'm supposed to do this first. That was a good one to take. I mostly just wanted to draw shards, but, you know, we technically drew a card that would have killed us. It's unreal. Alright, I'm going to run upstairs and grab my son something to eat. And we'll come down and keep getting railed later. Jake boy, do we need to do your lunch snack? You guys are going to get a lunch snack, okay? I'll be right back. Go get mom. That's probably fine. Our opponent is also platinum, which is, you know, yeah. Anywho, yeah, this is a keep. I'm not going to make the mistake we made last game. It wasn't even a mistake. It was right to take Sapphire last game. We're going to take Blood this time, though, since we have 2 Vampire Princesses that we can play on the play. Am I? I'm going to play Sapphire. You shouldn't make bad plays based on getting unlucky in previous games. It's right to take Sapphire here because there's a lot of Blood shards in our deck and not a lot of Sapphire shards. The fact that we didn't draw a shard for, you know, 12 draws in our 27 shard deck, yeah. See, it was right, definitely right to make Sapphire there. Even, again, not being results-based at all. It's correct to make Sapphire there because we want to be able to play this, and this will help us find another shard. You have to remember that in TCGs, there's going to be games that you lose where you don't make any mistakes. And I'm not saying that we didn't make any mistakes the last game. Maybe we did, but, you know, even when you play perfect, it's not always going to go, not everything's going to go according to plan. I'm going to lead on Thunderfield Elder because I feel like he's going to be aggressive and try and kill this if he has the Burning Tendrils, and that leaves an opening for Vampire Princess to possibly get in there. We're at 21 life, which is a pretty large buffer here. I also, if he has Whirling Brutalizer this turn, I'd much rather block and trade with Thunderfield Elder than block and trade with Vampire Princess. It's important to remember when you are playing that in order to become better as a player, you need to focus on the things that you can change in matches as opposed to trying to dwell on the things that you have actual no control over. Perhaps I'm supposed to jam the Vampire Princess there since he doesn't have a third shard right now and he can't Burning Tendrils even if he has it. But getting a pile of cards going on probably isn't terrible either. Vampire Princess, draw a card. Sapphire Shard, draw a card. Verdict of the Ancient Kings would be the perfects. My face is almost back to normal. It's getting there. It's getting there. Got some beard. It's been a week. It only grows so fast. It so clearly has another removal. I guess I should have technically attacked before playing this out. So next turn we go Princess Princess. Boop, boop. Probably don't want Reap in my deck. I was reserving kind of quick. When you play this, copy it. That's, yep, that's not great. So hopefully my opponent can't kill both of these Vampire Princesses next turn, and every time a Vampire Princess deals combat damage to our opponent, if we reveal a card at random from their hand, and if we reveal an action, we get to take that action turned into a Vampire Kiss for ourselves. God, if you can't kill either of them, this game should be very over. It's probably over regardless, but... Or he's just got a bunch of Whirling Brutalizers in his hand. Okay. Let's play this. Maybe he doesn't have any actions. Nobody knows. It's Oracle Song. Draw some cards. We drew Verdict. Well, let's jam VK in here. And then, even if he can kill one of these, the Princesses backed up by Verdict should close the game. It's the best use of 11. Has a Vampire Princess in his deck. I'm just not really sure what our opponent's doing. Has Vampire Kiss in his deck post-board against our control deck. Okay. Sure. To each his or her own. We're going to have the copy target this as well. And then 2 pieces of counter magic. The game is definitely over. Just not going to play any more cards out and just beat him down with these vampires over the next 3 turns. Rawr. Alright, so that Electrify is going to come out of his hand and turn into a Vampire Kiss for us because you can see here it's transformed. Fourth shard. Everything starts as a pile, right? Second Electrify. No! Stop it. Draw a card off his deck. Alright, maybe I'm supposed to have Reaps in my deck if he's got Vampires post-board. Again, not really quite sure what he's doing. I probably don't want all these extinctions, right? That's probably bad. Inquisition's probably fine. Put a Charge Colossus in and maybe a Transmog. Let's give this a go. Inquisition's an answer to pawns and stuff. I mean, not really. It can like tag stuff out of their hand. The fact that he's got like Electrifies and Burning Tendrils makes me be okay with Inquisitions because like we just like cast them before we play our troops. So 60 cards is a minimum number of cards you can have in your deck. You're allowed to play more than that. This is okay. Oh, there's the pawn. Maybe he's just going to have like a real Yoltul draw this game. That'll be scary. At least have Transmog to deal with the Whirling Brutalizer halfway. There's a card called Jankbot in Hex. Maybe we'll build a Jankbot deck for Thursday. That could be fun. Maybe we could kick off the stream building Jankbot together. That could be a blast. Yeah, he just has a real Yoltul draw this game. This is terrifying. So if he has Whirling Brutalizer this turn, we're pretty much dead. So hopefully he's just got a bunch of the bad cards he's playing in his hand. That would be ideal. If he's got all real cards in his hand, we're gonna be pretty dead. Sweet. Wish granted. Unfortunately, so I probably should have played the Sapphire Shard last turn, because we can't play this out and do that. I think I'm gonna wait on this Thunderfield Elder, because I want to hold up Counter Magic and Transmog here. Huh. Yeah, I'm just going to Transmog this. We do take a point from it, which is unfortunate. Play this out. Hopefully draw a card that draws a card. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll take this. He's got a lot of cards in his deck. I guess he's got a lot of cards that are bad. Hopefully this is something that... Okay. That gains us some life. That's pretty good. He does have a window next turn to punish us, though. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 non-shards this game. 5. We shuffled the Relentless Corruption back into our deck. Hopefully he just puts us to 9 and then passes here, and then next turn we go Blood Shard, Elder, hold up Counter Magic. He also doesn't have double red, so he can't play... Ooh. I think I want to play Elder before I play this, though, because I want to be able to block his 1/1. He can't Burning Tendrils us, because, again, it requires double red. Infusion Device. Huh. Yeah, I'm just going to Counter Magic this. This Counter Magic's probably not getting much better than a gain 3 or gain 4, and just, like, getting to use our resources this turn guaranteed sounds awesome. He might not have anything else to do with the cards in his hand, too, so if he can't do that, that means he's only going to do one. That's really good. Ugh. Dang it, Bobby. That's not what we want copy on. So I think with those draws, we're just playing this and then passing the turn. Yeah, I'm just going to pass here. So we're in a medium spot here. Hopefully we don't die in response to this. I guess we could get life siphoned out here. Huh. Yeah, it was probably wrong. Hopefully we don't get punished for it. Alright, didn't get punished. Better lucky than good. Do I want to activate this? I'm going to wait a turn on that, I think. I've got Counter Magic plus Verdict of the Ancient Kings here. What are you holding, bud? Okay. Draw a card when we play this, because it was prophesized. That's a big boy. Alright, let's activate this. And then next turn we can play Charge Colossus and hold Verdict of the Ancient Kings up. And this draws 2 cards, and then it gives us 8 charges, so it effectively draws even more. We actually can't take this pawn off the table, so we really need to hit a vampire ASAP. I have one more Kiss in my deck. I guess I also have Relentless Corruptions to draw into life gain off of his deck too. This just kills him in 2 turns, actually, right? Because he's at 16? I guess that's a thing too. The old don't need to gain life so we can just end the game. Just going to pass the turn here. Want to hold up Counter Magic plus Verdict. You're back from Chiad stream? Welcome, my name is London. Alright. Hopefully all of these are enough. So that does 3. Sure. No. Stop it. I generally board in Colossus against the matches that tend to be grindy. I also boarded in here because it was just a bomb. It was a bomb against infinite impulses. That's our 3rd AA impulse. But what do we get the AA impulses for? Oh, it's Quest Miss. Okay, got it. Target troop gets flight. Okay, that makes sense. Every 2 wins. Sure. I should read the things. Yeah, it's basically a Boros deck, only it permanently gives flying. Hand seems great. It has an extinction in it. Inquisition on 2. Relentless Corruption in case he's playing prophecy cards. This is awkward. So we have to choose between Inquisition on 2 and Lanupaw's Sight on 3. I think I'm gonna Inquisition on 2. Best chance to steal a Hierophant. Probably opponent no plays turn 1 and turn 2. Probably a Hierophant. And actually another Shard here was great because that means we can Relentless Corruption next turn and then Lanupaw's Sight the turn after that. Huh. So opponent doesn't have another Shard. I think I'm going to take the Cheese Smythe here. If they play the Lanupaw's Sight, huh. I don't really care about the Cheese Smythe, do I? Yeah, I'm just going to take the Lanupaw's Sight because I would like to get to Relentless Corruption next turn, and if I don't take the Lanupaw's Sight, I feel like I want to hold the Corruption. Yeah, so I just want to fire off the Corruption this turn so it lets me be resource efficient, and hopefully we just draw Sapphire off his deck. Arcane Focus, look at that, it's so... And alter art Arcane Focus. Opponent's hand was, let's call it, ambitious. Right. Let's focus first. Let him know what we drew. Take the shard that draws a card. Play the shard that draws a card. Probably just gonna I'm just gonna reap this dork here. Get our double wild threshold. This way, if we earn as a Runir Hierophant later, we have our thresholds covered for it to be Spell Shield. Focus of his own. So his hand right now is Brown Fox Scout, Double Croc, and then 3 cards we don't know. No, I don't like extended art cards, especially in this game. Like, extended art cards when you have prophecy cards in your deck is actually a disadvantage, I think. I'm just going to random extra color because we'll never need more than 2 Saph or 2 Wild. Another Uranaz, okay. Oh, you know, that was a mistake. We're going to Uranaz his Cheese Smythe, and the Cheese Smythe creates triple wild things. That was loose. I wasn't thinking about it quite that much. Okay. There's the Runir Hierophant, so probably just cashing in the Extinction next turn. Although I guess I really don't care, right? I just want to Uranaz. Yeah, I'm just going to Uranaz and get his Cheese Smythe back. It's just clunky because, like, then you have to, like, zoom in on your card and, like, disable the alter art to see which one's been prophesized. Like, when I have these transmogs in my hand, like, if these were both full art, glancing at them like this, I wouldn't be able to tell which one is which, basically. That's, yep, transmogging. Transmogging 7 drops rarely works how you want it to work. Alrighty, what am I doing in this matchup? I don't love Transmogrifade. I like Counter Magic because the game tends to go a little bit long. I like the Relentless Corruption for his prophecy stuff. I don't mind a second Dingler. Another go over the top sweeper type effect. So let's try this. We're gonna bring in that Thunderpaw Elder is really good in this matchup because even doubling up Extinction is fine. Hover over cards. I haven't seen that. I'll have to look at it. That's a good improvement if it is. This is so strange. I'm just not used to applications being improved over time. They're supposed to just stay poop for forever. The Colossus is in the board for mirror matches and for other blood-based decks that are grindy. You want it for matches that are going to go long. It's basically an 8/8 that doesn't die to kill that says draw 2 cards. Because 8 charges means we get to activate our champion power. Thought applications get worse over time. This hand's great. I guess if he has Runar Hierophant this turn into counter magic next turn, we could be in trouble, but you can't always beat that. So we just get to jam Lanopause Sight next turn. Hopefully he plays a threat out next turn, then we get to extinction him on 4. That would be ideal. If he doesn't play a threat out next turn and just holds up resources, I'm probably going to jam the Vampire King in. The fact that he's playing Feather Drifting instead of Blast Forge implies to me that he has less copies of, or maybe no Turbulences and Vine Lashes, especially in his main deck. Alright, yeah, no play out of our opponent means I'm definitely not running Extinction into Verdict / Counter Magic this turn. That's pretty good. I'm actually going to play out... How quickly are we dying here? We're taking 6 next turn. Yeah, I guess I should just Inquisition. So I could Vampire King because it's resource efficient, and then like Inquisition plus a 3-drop next turn, but I think I'm just supposed to do this, Elite Counter Magic, and then next turn we can play the Extinction. Just like resign ourselves to like never beating 2 pieces of counter magic, basically. Alright, well, he has to have Verdict of the Ancient Kings now. Alright, and he didn't. Sweet. So our sequencing reward us. He does get to draw his cards off his Lanopause Sight, so we don't get to play Relentless Corruption this turn, which kind of sucks, but... Ooh, is he not? Oh, no, there's one that draws a card. So if he can't play out whatever he draws that draws a card this turn, we might get to Relentless Corruption to steal one of his draws, which would be nice. Now I'm torn. I'm gonna choose the more resource efficient line, which might be greedy. I just want to double 3 this turn. Especially now that we bricked on that. I think I'm gonna play Thunderfield Elder out because it forces him to burn his champion ability here. Ooh, Urnez is sweet. Next time you draw a prophesized card, try hovering over it. I will do that. We just prophesized again, so. Alright, that's sweet. And I'm going to jam Lanopause Sight here. Brown Fox Scout, sure. That's fine. We're at 15, which is an okay amount of life. Vampire King can buffer our life total a little more. Now the question is, right now with the information we have, like let's say assume we draw a shard next turn, we draw 2 shards next turn. Do we go King plus Song or do we just jam the Urnez? I kind of want to jam the Urnez down his throat. Oh, that's not good. So this is a monster of a card that says you get your resources back on your opponent's turn, and whenever your opponent draws a card, you draw a card. So it's a bit of a monster. I think I'm going to start by playing this out and lets both of us draw cards, but I need to find a removal for this. Well, that's definitely a removal for that. When you play this, copy it. Well, that's excellent. Perfect. So This should bait counter magic if he has it. I would like to activate this. I would like your... Ooh, this one has flight though, right? Flight is right. So this one's weaker, but it's got flight on it. So let's get that one back since this guy permanently gives things flight. Oh, this card is being affected by... It does say that. Okay. That's still not quite as quick. You see I have to wait a second there. It's not quite as quick as when I'm just floating over it. That's why I haven't noticed. I never leave my mouse float on a card long enough for that to pop up. He probably can't handle double dingler. That is correct. Here's hoping he can't handle the double dingler. Give him the double dingler, boys. Oh, and this doesn't have spell shield, so he just gets to eat our guys. That's unfortunate. So this fights two things when it comes into play. Gobble, gobble. We would have gotten to spell shield and rhinos eventually, but we are not right now. That is correct. So he needs two pieces of counter magic in his hand to beat this mass poly dingler. And it's very possible he could. So jam it down his throat. He gets to draw a card when we play this too. He's only played one counter magic, and he could have verdicts in his deck post reserves. If he has them in his reserves, he's definitely bringing them in here. The fact that he's tanking, I'm hoping means he doesn't have it. We're also dead to double brown fox scout here because we're at 5. Sure, so we're dead. Or we're not dead to double brown fox. It would have to be double brown fox on top of his deck. Why would you verdict that? Sure, to each his own. To each his or her own. And so my opponent's entire hand is dinglers right now. The entire hand. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Maybe he just assumed he wasn't winning this game regardless. And he was just casting a card to cast a card. I mean, what bug? My Vampire King is hungry. No. So that extra poly should not have been drawing a card. That's different. And I didn't play the Inquisition. Okay, well. So this poly should not have drawn a card. The bug, this says when you play it, draw a card. So that one's only supposed to draw one. The bug is when you have Thunderfield Seer alongside Thunderfield Elder. It adds line of text, draw a card to something. Here comes the Flickade off the top. So he played out all of his dinglers because Vampire King would take the dinglers out of his hand and turn them into vampires. Which is great. Great. I'll take a second wild here. I'll take a VK that draws a card. He could very well have Lullaby. I agree. We need a brick or two out of him, and then we'll beat him down. We're so close! We're so close! Gonna get the curse, Mick. Alright, we're against Kagalichu. This matchup's usually pretty good. Yep, Saints keepable. Yeah, so that wasn't the bugged interaction I was talking about. It happened last game. That's working as intended. The bug is when you have Thunderfield Seer and Thunderfield Elder on the same card. So copying something doesn't count as playing it, so you don't draw a card off the copy. But Thunderfield Seer just says draw a card as the card resolves, which is different. So Thunderfield Seer is a different line of text than Lanu Plus Sight. I know it can be confusing if you're new to Hex or TCGs in general, but they are functionally different. What Lanupaw's Sight adds to a card and what Thunderfield Seer adds to a card. Hex has some very limited tutors. Tutors are inherently one of the most busted things you could do in a game like this, so I'm glad that they're being conservative with them. Play him a discard. Discard comes out in this matchup because it's not stellar, but having it early is fine. Double Runeer Hierophant. Alright, so we're just going to take away one of his Runeers. So he has a lot of little bunny foo-foos. So he's got Cotton, Sensei, Extinction, Runeer. Little bunny foo-foo. Alright, so what this card does, so there's 3 cards that just got revealed. What Cottontail Explorer does is when it comes into play, it flips over the bottom 3 cards of my opponent's deck, and any resources revealed that way get put into my opponent's hand. So they just drew a dual shard. So he's got 3 Wasquy Wabbits in his hand. Not sure why you would play, and then that one drew 3 shards. Alright, he's going to have to discard one of them at least. Lanupaw's Sight is excellent. This is a card that can very easily let us bury our opponent with our card advantage. Opponent has to discard, so they've got 8 cards in their hand. So we're a little flooded, but again, our opponent's deck's not applying a lot of pressure to us, and we want to hit our first, 7 shard drops or so with this deck, so not really in a bad spot. Opponent's probably trying to find an Inquisition to try and clear the way through an Extinction before they play the Runeer out. They might also think if they go wide enough, I'll be forced to Extinction away these dorks, but this should be near unbeatable card advantage, and this is perfect because it lets us block his dorks here. So my opponent's champion power, we actually haven't seen this champion yet today. What it does is it pays 4, and it puts the bottom 3 cards of our opponent's deck into their discard pile, and then reveals a random card from their crypt and returns it to their hand. So it's kind of a roundabout way to draw some cards. Alright, opponent's getting closer to making us Extinction, just these 1/1 dorks. Mass Polydingler would not be bad at some point here. Mono Shards is not great. Yeah, we're going to pass the turn here and take at least 1 more hit from these 4 dorks. Good night, Immortals. He's playing the Primordial Caves combo. Okay. That, yeah, if he has Archon of Nilzoon, that's going to be really good. Don't draw a shard off of his deck. Don't do it. Well, I guess that's technically not a shard. Hashtag wish granted. I'm going to draw 2 here. This Primordial Caves just does literal nothing for us, so we can discard it and not feel bad about ourselves. Do any of these draw cards? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Alright. Well, Okay. Them's the beats occasionally. Hopefully he doesn't have the Archon. He didn't have the Archon at the end step there, so... We're probably going to have to Extinction these 4 dorks away next turn. Well, at least his Kagalichu ability bricked. That's good for us. Closed coffins in the main deck. There's an Archon, so he does have Archons. Figured he had Archons. Alright, so let's just Extinction and then Thunderfield Elder. As long as he doesn't find Archon for a little while, we're not just completely toasted. I guess we're not in a good spot if he goes. He could like kill us and then play the Runir Hierophant. How's it going, Khaled? Alright, you got a Vampire Princess back? Sure. Alright, hopefully we're going to get to raise our Dinglers this turn. That would be ideal. Yeah, that's getting pretty lethal pretty quick. That's... Yep, you're not wrong. Nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's only 15 and 22 cards. Yeah, joke's at him. He's really unlucky. He's gonna see a shard twice with these Vampire Kings. Oh. 3 live draws. 4 live draws, 4 extinctions, and a Mass Poly Dingler. God, that's so good. This is exactly the card we want to prophesize in this matchup. This is exactly the card we want to prophesize in this matchup. Maybe he accidentally clicked through his combat step. You know, I can dream, right? It's exactly correct. Sometimes stuff happens. Chaos keys come in. I don't know if I like Transmography. Definitely like Dingler. I like Charge Colossus. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut the Transmogs. And normally I cut all the Inquisitions in this matchup, but he's got Archon of Nolzun, which we need to break up out of his hand, so I think we're keeping that. I'm going to submit like this. I mean, we had 16 shards and 22 cards that game, so that's a lot more than half. But I accept your premise. You know, occasionally you're going to be more than a standard deviation from the mean. Keep. I hope he casts Inquisition on too. We can't draw all shards every game, right? Right, team? That's just improbable. Hopefully we draw a shard next turn, and then Lanipaws sight the turn after that. Okay, flips over, draws a shard. Relentless Corruption, Lanipaws sight. Alright, well, we tried. And so someone was talking about our deck playing too many shards last game. One point I'd really like to bring up is that we didn't draw any shard prisms last game. And the fact that we didn't draw any shard prisms mean if I were to cut any shards from this deck, we would cut the 3 shard prisms. So we would have drawn the 16 shards we drew last game with 24 shards in this deck as well. And the reason why playing 27 shards is an appropriate number, and I'm aware that some people in chat are just trolling and they understand that 27 shards is fine. But for the people that are newer, I'd like to explain why this is an appropriate number. Glad we Inquisitioned. The 3 of our shards, the last 3 shards, are shards that we can cycle when we're drawing too many. So I don't think it's unreasonable in the slightest for the shard count that we're playing in this deck. True. Another Runar Hierophant, so we have to trade here. God, how good would Extinction have been there? It's like unreal good. Do I start by cycling this? I feel like I start... No. I start by using my champion ability. Because we have 4 Extinctions in our deck. Then I'm going to Reap this Dork. And the next turn, we can Uranaz and take his king and put it into play under our control. Assuming we brick on 2 Mass Poly Dinglers and an Extinction. Let's see if he plays another VK out here. He really shouldn't. And he missed a point of damage. And just 2 points of damage, sure. Yeah, okay. Well, he didn't get punished for extending because this one was going to get the ones in his hand anyways. But, you know. God bless him. Shard Prism in hand, sure. And we can Chaos Key and take this out. So if he doesn't draw a Vampire next turn, we can exile. If he doesn't make a Dino. Second Caves. That's gross. Now the question is, do I want to take a second and Void Key one of these caves? I don't think I do. I think I want to just jam Uranaz. He's going to activate this. Get a shard, please. Sensei, that's really good. Send the Dingler message. Alright, well now we can Uranaz plus Chaos Key, I guess. Yeah, the Darkspire deck's great. We played against it earlier. So he drew Archon this turn. He's just drawn running troops here. Attack with both of these. We're gonna lose doing our... Yeah, just... That's just very frustrating. So this is my opponent's deck is has a combo inside of it. So this card, and then he hit a... It's very frustrating. So my opponent's deck, this card, every time a troop enters my opponent's hand from anywhere, he puts a number of counters on this equal to that card's cost. And then Archon of Nulzun is a 6-drop that lets you pay 2 and put it into your deck and get another Archon back out. So he just gets to sit here and pay 2 and cycle through these. And we had needed this to not happen for 1 to 2 turns, so we could just stabilize a little bit with all of our cards that draw cards. And he hit it, and you know, sometimes that's just how the game works. Do we get the Archon at least? Please take the Archon out of his hand. Please take the Archon out of his hand. Alright, we got the Archon at least. Maybe we're not just dead. Let's see. Hopefully his other card is an Archon of Nulzun as well. Got a lot of blockers and some life total buffer here, so we'll see. We draw another Mass Poly Dingler, possibly an Extinction. Opponent straight bricked. That's good for us. We're not dead on board, right? Does have Gigantosaur? That is Crush. Gigantosaur does not have Crush. We have a second Mass Poly Dingler in our deck. We got some more draws coming up here. Another Pack Raptor, sure. So these get 1/1 for each other Pack Raptor in play. The problem is Extinction top deck isn't even that great because continue to declare defense. So this is going on the 7. This goes here. This goes here, and then I take 4, 8, 10 and gain 5. Oh, this is attacking back here as well. So this, let's pull this off. Let's pull this off. This goes here. What if I block like this? And then I take, and this is blocking the 7, 7. Then I take 10, 14, 15, 16, and I gain 5. Go to 19, so I end up at 3 with these blocks. If I take that off of there and I block here, I lose the Vampire, but then I'm taking 2, 10, 11 and gaining 5, so I go to 8. I have 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, kill the Raptor, saves damage later. Yeah, good call. So this way I'm taking 4, 10, 11 and going to 8, and then I have 5, 11 power in the air. There's Crush there. This doesn't have Crush. Oh, does this have Crush? That does have Crush. You're right. I did not realize that had Crush. I think I'm supposed to go to 3 then because that is Crush. I could trade here. Actually, I kind of like trading there since that is Crush. Yeah, let's block like that. That's going to be, so we're taking 14, 15. We're taking 15 and gaining 5, so yeah, blocks. Alright, we've got 3 draws in the bank here, so hopefully they're good. Kill's a good one. So what are we killing? We're killing a Crush guy. We're gaining... So what does he have in here? That's good. Oh, he's got a Crocosaur in here. Oh, that's great. Alright, so this gets Crocosaur back. So, you know, we're actually in this game. This is sweet. Deal damage. We gained 6 here. I would like to activate Urnaz's power. I would like to get Crocosaur. Resolve. This guy just eats these 2, right? Yep. Resolve. Yeah, I'm going to kill his 4 power guy. See what we draw. Get a shard that draws a card. Okay. Well, he's got 3 power on the board. Don't draw Archon, please. Draw a shard. Draw a shard and die. Yes! Oh, that was great. That was excellent. All right, we get a 3rd game. We were gifted a 3rd game from the heavens above. And what are we doing? Do I want to change anything? don't think I do. Charge Colossus maybe isn't good enough. Yeah, I'm going to cut this, especially on the draw, and bring another Inquisition. I'm going to do that. Save. This deck is able to get itself out of a lot of really bad situations, which is one of the reasons I like playing it. It's playing a lot of really powerful cards, and it's very flexible. And it plays 27 shards. Extinction can buy us a lot of time in this matchup. We had a second, hit a second blood at least here, so I got that going for us. All card games have variants in different places. I think having resources in the deck is one of the things that makes Hex so interesting. So, this could go a couple different ways. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit and take his Cottontail Explorer. So he has Archon, Croc, Vamp, Inquiz. So he can't play the Inquisition. He doesn't have double blood threshold currently. Sweet. He didn't hit a shard. Great. Let's play this. Pass the turn, and hopefully him stumbling gives us enough chance to generate some card advantage with Relentless Corruptions or Line of Pause Sights and win this game. So I'm going to go ahead and cycle this and get a Wild. We have our second Sapphire in hand already. Looking for a 3-drop card advantage, exactly like that. If we could have picked our draws, that probably would have been it. Alright, take my Extinction. It has a Princess, sure. So we're just going to cast the Extinction this turn. So I'm not going to play the shard that draws a card, and the reason why I'm doing this is I want my opponent to Inquisition us and not take anything. So if he Inquisitions 2 shards, he can't take either of them. So hopefully he just doesn't have a play and he casts Inquisition this turn, or does this into shards and then casts Inquisition and misses. Try and make up some of this card advantage that we hit through the mulligan. Or he's ghosting. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a ghost in the castle. If he doesn't cast this Inquisition, yeah. I've never been so certain someone is ghosting. Not only... That's so funny. I hope you're enjoying the stream, Timson. I hope you're enjoying the stream. He had to, not only should he Inquisite, there's zero reason. He had to discard a card by holding the Inquisition in his hand. 10 out of 10 watching the stream. Awesome, Fire Gamers. Hex is a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in chat. Not going to run my king into his. tunneling. Monsoon? Could be monsoon, I guess. Alright, so his hand right now is Archon, Archon, Inquisition, and then one card we don't know. Probably going to see him play an Archon out and give this king minus power. It's probably Monsoon. Statistically speaking, it's Monsoon. Just like in terms of cards people actually play. Hopefully we just hit one of our 2 mass poly dinglers here at some point soon. I'm assuming this is going to be an Archon. Yeah, because he has to give this minus power, otherwise it's just going to take Archons out of his hand. Ambushers? What's that? Go to my happy place. 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 We mulligan to 5 this game too. Come on, Kismet. Cut us some slack. No blocks. And the chance this is a monsoon, I really don't want him to... I don't want him to be able to bring it back. Okay. I'm going to play that. The question is, am I eating the Archon with it, or am I holding it in case of caves? I feel like I'm supposed to eat the Archon with it, because I can't... I don't want my life total to get that low. What really sucks is we don't have, we haven't even cast a Relentless Corruption yet this game, so we don't even have like the sweet like draw a bunch of Relentless Corruption lines into hitting some gas. So his hand is Archon plus Inquisition that he still just hasn't cast, which I'm assuming is because he's watching the stream and knows that we just don't have non-shards in our hand. Immediately finds the caves. That's unfortunate. I don't know. Perhaps that was too aggressive of me. It's not the worst, I suppose. He has a Vampire King in his thing. Yeah. This is definitely one of our bumps. I took the other one out too. So Vampire King at least gets to pressure his hand for his other Archon. He hasn't cast the Inquisition because he's watching the stream. That's why. Which is fine. Like, sniping happens in all games when you play things like this. So, it was in fact a monsoon. And now he's never going to play it because he just has, like, Archon going. He's trying to throw us off the scent. Yeah, but if you're streaming something that qualifies you for an invitational, you probably deserve to get sniped, because that's just not very smart. I'm just going to take this hit this turn, and we'll chump next turn when it's attacking for 7. Seems like an okay plan. He has troops in here, right? Yeah, he's got a Crocosaur. Hopefully he doesn't get a dino that blocks flying. Or that fights these. Yeah, Mecha Hex, sure. Oh, he had a kill that we knew about, right? Alright, Croc, resolve. This gets to eat these two at least, and we kind of stay above water. If we would have hit a non-shard this turn, we'd probably still be reasonably in this game. And I guess we still have, like, Mass Polydingler to, like, pull us back up from behind should we find our... Did we play any of those sets this game yet? No, we've got 2 of those in our deck. And I guess Extinction could kind of keep us in the game. This is for Cosmic. I guess, you know, one more shard and we get to activate our champion power. That doesn't mean I wanted to draw one. Could you just hit some of the crappy dinosaurs, please? Please just hit some of the crappy dinosaurs. We're effectively playing 24 shards, and I'm not going to explain it again. We are effectively playing 24 shards. In fact, there's a shard prism right there. This would just have been something else. I'm trying real hard to stay positive, but that's pretty unreal. That's pretty frustrating. Good beats opponent. Games that are powered by variants means that you're going to have extremes, and sometimes you're going to have extremes twice in the same match. And, you know, if you're not bright enough to understand that, you should try something else. Like, again, those were that wasn't the average case scenario, that was an extreme case scenario. No, I definitely think there's less variance in this game than in Hearthstone on average. I don't think that's a stretch to say. And again, I don't have it in me today to try and explain why the match that we just played, why those games that we lost were less than average. There's a Hex community on Reddit, and there's a Hex community that you like. Your normal Hex login works for the forums. There's tons of people on there that are willing to take a look at things. I often venture on there myself. I don't want to get on a habit of one-for-one helping people on stream. That gets the requests flooded very, very quickly and assy. So I would definitely encourage you to post the things that you have that you're looking to build from on those two communities, Reddit and or the actual forums. I mean, I've only ever used Chrome, and I've never had an issue with the Hex forms in Chrome. Well, at least his hand is poop. Heat Wave plus burn kills the VK. Oh, well, you're using a computer that supports Internet Explorer, so that's probably part of the problem. Using Chrome from Linux, I've never had an issue with the forums, and using Chrome on Android, I've never had a problem with the forums. Lineup website was a good pickup there. Wouldn't mind finding another Inquisition so we could force this Vampire King through. Opponent's playing likely the Blood Ruby Darkspire deck. I guess we haven't seen any Darkspire yet, but that's likely what it is. Yeah, there's the Darkspire. Hopefully, we just hit a bunch of shards in a row here and get to Dinglar our opponent. That would be ideal. Doing her best to keep me playing, great. We're going to keep playing Constructed after we hit Cosmic, but we'd like to do that. And this has Rage from the Orc Shards, it's beating us down. If we miss a shard drop next turn, we're going to cast this Extinction that draws a card in an effort to hit said shard drop. Probably casting the Extinction either way. God, these Gallows Gas are going to destroy us. Yep. It's not a good scene, but it's what we got. Please don't discard my shard. Please don't discard my shard. Please don't discard my shard. Alright, discarded my Dingler. I guess that's technically not my shard. And my other Extinction. Alright, well, if he doesn't have a shard next turn that makes a temporary resource, we can Inquisition away the Gallows Gas. He is going to get to play Darkspire Tyrant this turn, though, which feels real bad. Nope, just going to die to the Gallows Gas. I guess Gas doesn't technically kill us, right? Like, it's only going to do, like, 14? Plays the Tyrant instead. Okay, well, we're going to kill that and then Inquisition the Ghast. Oh, you know what? I should kill this first in case he draws 5 cards. Alright, and it did damage to us. That's great. Please don't have 2 Gallows Gas. Please just have... Oh, we know all of his cards. It's Burn, Gas, Heat Wave. Sweet. Okay, we're still in this. Chip and a chair. Chip and a chair. Would have been very lethal next turn. Said I knew it was greedy to wait a turn. It was kind of greedy. It's not wrong. Could have done 14 to us. Alright, hopefully this hits a Relentless Corruption or something like that, Atlantic Pause Sight. Get to draw mad cards. Would have liked to have drawn a 3-drop with that too, so we could double spell this turn, but meh. Yes, opponent is Cosmic. Start with drawing some extra cards here, see what we get. Maybe we hit like an Inquisition that doubles and we want to clear his hand out before we play a Vampire King. We hit a Relentless Corruption that's doubled. Alright. So again, the first one of these draws 1 card from his deck, the second one draws 2 cards, and both of them go back into my deck. We've got 2 Elders in the main today. Trying them out for the first time. I'm going to go... Huh, that changes the things. I would say I was going to go double Vampire here, but the fact that I hit a good 3-drop means I'm going to go Sight, Darkspire, I think. We're down to 2 Exarch of the Egg right now. Sounds like my youngest is awake from his nap. I'm going to go grab him after this. I'm going to block here. Hopefully we discard a card. Hopefully both of us discard cards. If he gets to tutor up a Tyrant, we're going to be in trouble. Alright. Yep, we both discarded cards. Ask and you shall receive. Thank you, Kismet. When you play this, draw a card. Sweet. So we draw 3 cards off of his deck and 1 card off of our deck. Got a bunch of Prophesized Relentless Corruptions at this point. Play a Tizozo. Play a Crackling Vortex. Play a Vampire King. So we've got 5 Relentless Corruptions in our deck right now. One of them draws a card when we play it. The 2 of them copy themselves when we play them. The snowball is beginning. And this draws a card when we play it as well. Eternal Sage is definitely a constructed playable card. Extinction, sure. Maybe I overextended there. Maybe I should have just like played out the Tizozo. I think that would have been enough pressure to get out of him. Like sending the Vampire King was too much. Probably. I would just like to draw Relentless Corruptions for the rest of this game. Shards, almost like... I almost don't want to play this because giving my opponent eggs or spiders seems really bad. Well, 3 turns down the line from now, we have a champion activation again, so we've got that going for us, I suppose. Zygamot's game, yep. Exarch down. Into Darkspire Tyrant. Well, that was his draw for the turn. Is that just going to kill us? Transmog or Mass Poly are what we're looking to draw here. Alright. Draws 4 cards off of his deck. And then we hit an egg, just like I said we could. When you play this, draw a card, and that destroys... So we can take a Darkspire out of his crypt. We've got 1 Darkspire in our crypt. 2. Alright. Urnaz. I would like to activate this. And, do I want his Tyrant right away? I feel like I want to get a Punisher so I can jump block his Tyrant. Because I really want to try and stall until I can Transmog or Mass Poly Dingler this. I think I'm just going to bend a shard. Probably have enough of those. He definitely has a lot of cards that could just end the game here. And he gets another redraw at one of them now. It's kind of rough that we haven't seen a Dingler or... Oh, we had a Dingler early, right? Okay, yeah, that's right. That's got discarded. It was in our opening hand. Okay, so we haven't seen... We have 5 cards that are really good against the Darkspire. We've seen 1 of them in about a third of our deck. Why didn't I take the 8/8? Because I don't want to kill this 6/3, because there's a chance this 6/3 kills us when it dies. I would have burned his own guy there. I'd have burned his own guy, I think. Maybe that's just me. Because there's how many Darkspire in his crypt right now? He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, so that thing would have done like 10 to us. That seems less than ideal. So See, I'm gonna hit him with this, and I'm intentionally not taking his bigger guys because I want to be able to block his guy and not kill it. Although we're getting to a point where we're just like racing him, but we'll see. Maybe I'm supposed to take a bigger one now because you have to leave this back on defense. That's possible. The conservative play here is to block, and I'm going to block. We've got 3 more draws coming up. I mean, we don't have Ruby, so the 8/8 doesn't have speed, and it doesn't deal direct damage. He could just block that. He drew 4 cards. Oh, I'm glad we blocked. Monsoon, sure. We got 3 draws in the bank, and then we've got this activating next turn as well. Inquisition, sure. We've got a pair. Wow, we might actually... this matchup might be less bad than I was making it out to be. It seems like it would be really bad on paper. But every time we've played it, we've had like really sick games that have been tight. It's probably just close to even, in all honesty. Draw some cards. Draw 5 cards off of his deck, sure. Cast Zigamot's game. Play Monsoon. I love Relentless Corruption. It's such a good control finisher. Got some choices this time. Takes away the transmog. That's if he has a Darkspire to follow this up. Nope. Okay. Well, we're still just like going back and forth here. It's actually a little unfortunate, right? We need action again now. There are 5 Relentless Corruptions in our 34 cards, though. If he hits another Darkspire Tyrant before we hit action, we could be in trouble. Yeah. Yeah, the blood burn is sweet. Yeah, you hit those shard drops, opponent. If we hit the Relentless Corruption that copies, we'll probably deck him, which would be funny. No, one of ours copied itself. We hit Relentless Corruption with a Thunderfield Prophet, Thunderfield Elder, whatever this card is called. All right, well, we're gonna cash in one of these Inquisitions or one of these Extinctions next turn. Alrighty. Our last one drew 5, so if we hit one that copies, we're going to draw 13 cards off of his deck. Oh, come on. Come on. Just Transmog, Mass Polydingler, Relentless Corruption. Okay, that could be anything. Literally anything. Okay, Vampire King the Cantrips. Sign me up. Uranaz, excellent. All right. This is what I'm talking about. What we got? Yes. He's got how many darks? Oh, wait. I've got Ruby now, right? He's at 10? This doesn't kill him. We can take that next turn. I'm just going to take a Darkspire that can chump his guy. Because again, taking Darkspires out of his crypt makes this worse. Because when this dies, it does something based on the number of Darkspires in his crypt. Oh, I had a burn. Oh, I miss lethal. I'm dumb. There's a delay, and someone else is going to say it in chat. Yeah, someone's going to say it in chat. I have his burn. So hopefully we lose this game now. You should always lose games where you make mistakes like this. Okay, we're going to win anyways. Better lucky than good. I realized it as soon as I looked up at the cards in my hand. No, it's fine. It's been a long game. I'm just burning his clock. He's down 4 minutes. I meant to do that. Right? I meant to do that. Relentless Corruption. Rawr. Right, I'm not gonna let him know the shame. The shame that I had lethal. We're just gonna get his Gallows Gas and not kill him with the burn or kill him with the Gallows Gas. Shame. 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 Alright, so I like the extra Dingler, I like the Urnaz. Extinction isn't great. Exarch is wonderful. Counter Magic actually seems fine. Maybe I don't want the Exarchs. Let's cut down to 1. Relentless Corruption is probably better than Exarch. I'm gonna put a Princess in to block. Just like buffer our life total a little. Let's try this out. I guess these are okay too. We brought these in last time, didn't we? Reap isn't stellar. Let's cut the Reaps and bring in 2 Chaos Keys. I don't think I want all 4. Let's give this configuration a go. Just kind of a hodgepodge, like a little bits here, a little bits there. Pizza giveaway of shame. It's been an hour since I've run a commercial. Hex, they just queue so quickly. I don't have time. Ugh. Ugh. I'm going to keep this. Transmog's very powerful in this matchup. Inquisition in our opener is also good. If we don't hit a Blood Shard, we can still cycle Shard Prism on 3. I guess I'm not likely to Transmog on 2. Yeah, that was wrong. That was wrong. I'm probably going to draw Blood Shard and get super punished for that. I should have played Blood on 1, so that way if we draw Blood on 2, I could Inquisition. Maybe I'm just like pot committed to transmogging whatever he plays here. He might Inquisition me and take my Inquisition and then make it irrelevant. Watch him Inquisition and then take the transmog and then feel super bad. I just feel like a big dumb stupid. Yay, he took the Inquisition, not punished. So his line ended up making our mistake irrelevant, but still a mistake. All right, well, we know what he's taking. Took Transmog this time. Interesting. Maybe he took the Inquisition knowing that he was going to have another one to follow it up. Doesn't have Ruby yet, but that deck doesn't really need Ruby until late. It's mostly Mono Blood with like Splash, Gallows Gas, and some Heat Waves and Burns. So we're going to cycle this at his end step and get our second Blood, and then hopefully in those 2 draws we hit another Shard, and then we get to go Inquisition, Inquisition. So again, when we discard Shard Prism, we get a threshold of our choice, and then we draw a new card. And we hit exactly what we wanted. So I'm assuming since he took the first one that hopefully these are going to be pretty good. We're still at 25, not under a lot of pressure. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Alright, that's what I like to see. And now we get to see how savagely he can top deck us. The window on those Inquisitions being good was closing very quickly. God bless it. Oh. Gives his Orc Rage, despite all the rage. Still just an Orc in a cage. Probably going to kiss that one next turn. I don't know. Maybe we'll Relentless Corruption. Let's see what we draw. If we draw 2, I think we'll kiss. If we don't, I'm going to Corruption. Meh. It's so much damage. Oh, jeez. We drew another one? Yeah, I just got to do this. This could be wrong, but I just like playing this card. And next turn we get to go 3-3. Mass Polydingler, okay. Give me your Hex cards. Excellent. Now this Gallows Gas is going to get bigger when we kill this dork. And I'm going to let this go ahead and trigger Rage, because if we bring it back with Uranaz, I'd probably like it to be bigger. Kiss the Orc. Hopefully this does 3 damage to us instead of searching him a Tyrant. And that's exactly what it did. Gallows Gas got a little bit bigger. Do you have a follow-up? He does have a follow-up. Okay. I think we're drawing 2 to start. Ooh, nope. Doing that to start. Draw 3 off of your deck. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Well, now we can Inquisition plus Tezozo. Take a game. Is Tezozo going to block? Yeah, I think I'm okay using this as a gain. Am I okay using that as a gain 4? Gain 5? Yeah, it's probably fine since I have Gallows Gas next turn. Makes 6 bigger. I don't even know if we're playing this next turn. We'll see. This going back into our deck isn't the worst either. Ooh, yep, definitely using it as a gain 5 now. Would like to draw a card that makes a temporary resource next turn, so that way we can just mass poly these guys away. I cut the extinctions from my deck, so we can't Oracle Song into extinction, which feels kind of bad. That's not great. So if I play this... Yeah, I think I have to play this, and then just hope he bricks. Yeah, I think that's the line. I didn't miss lethal, right? Yeah, this puts him to 11, and then this puts him to 5, and then Tizoza would have put him to 1. Okay. I'm glad. I didn't actually stop and count that. I should have stopped to count that. You think it's time to change your card frame from Lanupau to something else? Maybe. Dead do a lot of things here. I think I'm going to go to 5 as opposed to going to 2 here. I could eat his Gallows Gas, but I think saying keeping the couple extra health would be good. I really don't want to transmog a 6-drop. It's not something I think is a good idea. So let's do this. Play this. Play the Darkspire to block. I'm just going to go ahead and block when he attacks here. It's kind of curious that he didn't play his card. We could hit, hopefully we hit the discard side of this. Obviously the search side doesn't do anything for us. And we did, so he just doesn't have a shard. That's good for us. Alright, Vampire King. I'm going to Dingler him. Hopefully he draws a brick. Because maybe we find a removal spell in those cards instead of something else. That might have been aggressive to Dingler his one guy, but I think with the Transmog we can afford to be a little bit aggressive with that card, especially when we're going to have VK backed up by Counter Magic to buffer our life total a little bit. Let's just keep it nice and high. And then we play this Chaos Key out here. Chaos Key actually insulates us from Zygamot's game a little bit too, which is nice. Again, let's keep this VK alive. It's a clock, and it's going to buffer our life total. So Gallows Gas is his best draw here because it forces us to chump block with the VK. Just a shard is wonderful for us. So if our opponent had it played that shard out instead of discarding it to the Darkspire coin flip, he'd be only 1 away from activating this again. Lanupau's Sight is excellent. Transmogrifade should keep us from dying next turn, and then Lanupau's Sight should hopefully bury them. Okay, so we continue on. I think our Relentless Corruption's up to like 3 or 4 cards now, right? That would be nice to hit one of those. Lanupau's Sight that draws more cards. Yup. Yup. So we have actually just like infinite draws coming up here. It's like 6 draws in the bank, 7 draws, 8 draws in the bank. Who doesn't love to draw some hex cards? I love drawing me some hex cards. So he'd get to draw a card here if he did not discard that other shard. That draws 3 cards, not 3 shards. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, yeah. There's my boy. Oh, God, look at that beauty. Alright, we have to discard. It's really unlucky. Gallows gas got bigger. Rawr. Wasn't gas lethal there? Yes. Yes, it was. I should have Relentless Corruption before doing anything else. I should have Relentless Corruption first. No, wait, we drew the Corruption off the Uranaz, right? Yeah, that's correct. Because we just had all of these Hex cards and we didn't know what to do with them. Woo! We got Cosmic Sleeves! We got Cosmic Sleeves! Look at the ladder. Constructed leaderboard. Where is we? Right in there at 16. That's weird. I wonder how it places people. I feel like I should be at the bottom of Cosmic. GG, Leighton. Yeah, I think I drew the Corruption off to Uru. Alrighty. Unfortunately, I'm still training for my new job that I'm starting in the fall this evening, so I need to take a shower, eat some dinner, and then head on over to the college that I'm working at for a couple of hours. So I'm going to go ahead and call it an afternoon. If you missed any of this stream or any of the other streams, there's a link to my YouTube channel below. I'm going to get the archives uploading now. I appreciate everyone hanging out. We had a bunch of resubs today, so welcome back to all of you. I really appreciate the continued support, folks. Do you want to stream?